This one is a bit weird one. I figured most YouTube reviewers are not gonna purchase this watch for review, you know, because of those fake diamonds. And that seems to be very common among all Chinese watch lovers here on YouTube as well as on Reddit. So I was thinking about it, how come we don't have problem with fake gold or even watches, like copy watches, but with fake diamonds? Anyways, I love the Rolex Day-Date design, but for the Rolex Day-Date line, we're talking about $30,000 and north of that, all the way up to, I don't know, depending on the rarity, the dial color, condition, and all that stuff. So this is where this Sugess 36 Day-Date comes in. Everyone loves this design, so do I. So I justified this purchase for the sake of the community. I thought at least I can make a video and show you guys some wrist shots and some shots of the watch. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Anyways, let's get to this review. The star of the show here is this beautiful blue dial on this watch. So the dial is a deep, rich blue with a gradient effect transitioning from the darker hue at the edges to a lighter tone towards the center. This gradient adds depth to the overall appearance. At the 12 o'clock position, there is a date window displaying the day of the week in capital letters. The date window is positioned at 3 o'clock mark along with that cyclop, which is decent. The date is centered properly in that window, so no sloppy work there. The hour markers are rectangular and decorated with diamond-like stones. The markers are applied that stands out against that blue dial. I know many people are not fan of those fake diamonds. Honestly, I'm not even a big fan of real diamonds. However, the stones on this watch are so small and subtle that they are barely noticeable, even at a wrist distance. Plus, with the polished finish all over this watch, the watch is shiny and flashy enough that those fake diamonds do not detract any attention from overall look of the watch. The hands are of a simple, sleek design. The hour and minute hands are baton shaped with polished finish. The second hand is thinner with a polished surface, which matches the overall design. The brand name Sugess is positioned just below the day window with the text high beat and automatic appearing towards the 6 o'clock position. So this seagull movement high beat featuring in this watch, the second sweep on this watch is very smooth. So, and you can tell the difference when comparing with like NH Seiko movements and PT5000 movements. The sweep on the second sweep on the watch is very nice and it is very smooth. So it kind of look nice when you're looking at it, and it looks a bit more expensive, I think, because like this type of movement or this type of sweep in the second hand you usually find in a higher end Swiss movements actually. And then the bezel surrounding the watch is fluted, which is finished and polished nicely. It catches a lot of lights and the light reflects on it very nicely. So the whole watch makes the whole watch look very dressy. I have been wearing the watch in the office for the past few days, and you know, I like it more than I thought I would. When I first bought the watch, you know, honestly, I was just thinking that I'm just gonna make probably like an unboxing or like a review. I didn't think I'm gonna like or even wear the watch that much, and then I will probably sell it back. But I am finding myself enjoying the watch more because I like this design a lot, and that Rolex Day-Date is there in my future, but I don't know how long will it take for me to get it. Plus, this gives me an idea that if I have that kind of money, will I go for the Rolex Day-Date or something else, you know? So honestly, if you are on the fence on this watch and thinking about whether you should get it or not, I think don't care about like the whole fake diamond thing and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter, honestly. If you enjoy it, if you like it and you want to experience it, you should go for it. It's a beautiful watch. That dial is worth every penny and you get a pretty good movement on the watch. Yeah, so I think that's my like overall thought about the watch. You know, if you have that money to spare, you know, I paid 200 to something for it. I will leave the links below if you would want to check it out. You know, I do get some commission because it's an affiliate link, just so you know. And overall, from the construction point of view, the watch is built very nicely. Sugess does a good job building their watches and finishing them. Honestly, they do pay attention on the details and make them look nicer. You know, it's up there with St. Martin and some other good Chinese brands. And then I noticed that, you know, Jubilee bracelets seem to be a bit harder for these manufacturers to make it feel nicer than the oyster style bracelets, because a lot of watches that I have experienced that have oyster style bracelets are actually done nicely from a lot of manufacturers, but the Jubilee is the tough one. And this one has a president bracelet, you know, with that president buckle, with a folding buckle. The bracelet looks a lot better than it actually feels on the wrist, because the bracelet have sharp edges which are not smoothened out very nicely. So I did notice pinching my wrist, especially if you're moving your wrist around and it's not in a natural straight position. You do feel some pinches here and there. That's what I noticed, because between the links at the bottom side, those edges or the corners are a bit sharp, and the outside is sharp too, so it might scratch others, like if you have kids and stuff. And the bracelet design is basically the middle is all polished, on the sides are brushed. I think that's it for this review for me. I do have more 36 watches on the line that I'm making reviews on. Please let me know if there are any 36, 37, 38 watches you want me to try. I will try to see if it fits my budget and I can buy them, because I do buy all these watches, and I will try to fit in and make reviews on them. I do have a lot of reviews lined up, and I'm still trying and learning this stuff. So I do appreciate you guys' support and comments. I do read all of them, and you know, it is a big deal for me, you know, you guys leaving comments and advice and suggestion, because you know, when I started it, I was not expecting I'm gonna get any, you know, comments or people would actually watch my stuff. And that's why I love the watch community all over the world. That's one passion that connects all of us. The watch community everywhere, you know, YouTube, Reddit, I found them to be very supportive and helpful with everything. So with that being said, I appreciate the support, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one.